What's up, YouTube? This is Breezy Sincere, the brainwashed and shunned ex-Jehovah's Witness, back with another video. So, I'm here on my lunch break. Once again, nice full moon. Well, it will be tomorrow. Just thinking about some things and reminiscing about the good old days at the Kingdom Hall. Also, the good old days at the conventions. How many of y'all that are still in or out now used to enjoy the assemblies? Raise your hand. And honestly, I don't even know if I enjoyed them or not. Now, the talks were different than going out for lunch and getting in that line to get that brown bag that was full of either a ham or turkey sandwich. You got yourself a bag of chips. Also, they gave us a choice of fruit and cheese Danish. Until this day, I still love cheese Danishes. But it's also a trigger. So I don't know why I'm eating them, if I'm enjoying it or not, because I always think about the conventions. And then I remember also a line that they had for books. I wasn't sure if they were selling them or not. I was real young, but I remember how excited everybody was because a new publication came out. Either a new book or a new Bible. And everybody's going to get that thing. But I don't know. I like the conventions because they were at the Philadelphia football stadium, and that's pretty exciting because as a Jehovah's Witness, you don't really go to games, sports and everything like that. So to me, it was like a mini vacation. But the Kingdom Hall, that was something different. Now, me and my brother are 4 years apart. When we went to the Kingdom Hall, I always knew I was going to get my ass whooped, some way or the other. My mom would sit in between us, but we always found a way to either say something while she's listening to the talk or hit each other, stick her tongue out. I don't know what we could be doing for real that would make her take me all the way back to the bathroom and whip my ass. And I was the type of kid that while we were walking down the aisle to go to the bathroom, I'm screaming the whole time. Ah! Ah! And then as soon as she gets me in the bathroom, I'm sure everybody could hear me getting smacked. I also remember the room they had for the babies. It's like a quiet room. You can change your diapers and stuff. And right above the crib that they had, or a little changing station, it had something about not sparing the rod. So it's basically just telling our parents to beat our ass. And that's the way to go. But those are things that I'll never forget. And I'm sure people don't forget me either, or haven't. And also, my mom was one of them moms that instead of smacking you while the meeting's going on, she would give you these pinches on either your leg or your arm. And them joints hurt. I don't know if I was the only one going through that or more kids that were growing up as a Jehovah's Witness went through the same thing. And what's weird is I'm almost 40 years old and I could walk past a Kingdom Hall, drive past one, not even see the sign, and know that it's a Kingdom Hall. I don't know if it's because of the no window thing or what, but I could just feel it, and it turns my stomach. I don't understand. I just hope this anxiety medicine starts working, so that when I do run into people that are still Jehovah's Witnesses, or when I am triggered by either a smell or a taste of something that reminded me of the Kingdom Hall or assemblies or anything that has to do with the Jehovah's Witness, I hope I just get better at handling it all. I don't know. I miss my brother. I'm trying to figure out why I'm recording this, but he was my everything. He passed away, and I just wish that my mom showed him that she loved him more before he passed. We had that relationship that's like a close bond, like a I'm my brother's keeper type thing. And he was the brother, not the one that was at the Kingdom Hall with me growing up, but the one that's 10 years older than me. He was the one that when I disassociated myself, I moved in with him, his wife, and his kids. I don't know what I would have did without them, but he never went to the Kingdom Hall. He was the child that basically did what he wanted. My mother didn't join the Jehovah's Witness religion until he was probably about a preteen, maybe. So he went through all those years of being able to celebrate and everything, and he just wasn't having it. And at the end of the day, neither was my other brother, but he just went longer, and but he still played sports and everything. But of course, I'm the one that got baptized at 14 and didn't get to play sports. I didn't get to celebrate no holiday, no birthday. And once I got out, it slowly started happening, but it was just weird, because I didn't grow up like that. At the end of the day, whether you're trying to get out, you already out, just got out and escaped, or you've been out for years, all I can really tell everybody is you got to take it one day at a time. It's been over 20 years for me, and I'm still learning. It took me until about 10 years ago, being at work, just to talk to somebody to ask me if I even researched the history of the religion that I grew up in. And honestly, I didn't. I didn't until I was just turning 30. And once I started going on YouTube and reading and finding out things, I just kept going, kept looking up stuff. And actually, I still am. So much content out there now, and so much help that we could get. I just suggest, if you aren't out and you don't have yourself established, wherever you go is going to be a little of a struggle if you don't make sure that you have money, a place to live, transportation, things like that before you leave and lose all your support. And actually, after leaving, I realized how strong I really am. Even though I lived in my car with different family members since I left, I always kept a job. I made sure I always kept a job, whether I was walking or catching a ride or have my own car. That's one thing that I know helped me the most, was keeping one or two jobs, staying busy, trying to stay out of trouble. And another thing that's bothering me is, like, I have this cross here. I love it. I was terrified when I got my first piece of jewelry that had a cross on it. My wife brought it for me, like, I think the first year or two we were together. It was on a bracelet, and I would just keep looking at it and looking at it. I wasn't sure how I felt. And then after a little while, I knew I felt good. Uh, I felt like I was actually choosing my own path and what I want to do. And now my necklace is my favorite piece of jewelry, all in all. I don't go to church. I do believe in God. I'm just trying to figure it all out, just like everybody else. Life is just so amazing, and if I never left, I wouldn't even been able to enjoy half the things I've enjoyed. Like the first time I actually donated blood, oh my goodness. I felt so good, so good. I'm not scared of needles, so that didn't bother me. I just wanted to do something that felt rewarding, like I felt like I was helping somebody. Also, my first time voting was just a couple years ago. That's something I never thought about, and something that Jehovah's Witnesses aren't allowed to do, and that felt so good. The lines were very long, but it felt good. Also, the last few years I've been election judge during elections, and I love it. I meet new people there from different backgrounds, different parties, and we all get along. I was told that if I left, that it would be hard, that people are cruel out here, to stay with the Jehovah's Witnesses because you're safe. I don't believe none of that. I don't feel like the Kingdom Hall is a safe place. After learning all the things I've learned about the two witness rule and everything and how they handle it, I would never ever tell anybody that they're safe there. That's just like I got the new blood card when I became a baptized publisher, I believe. Baptized publisher or unbaptized publisher, I don't remember. But I remember signing it. I wasn't even 16 yet. And I left the witnesses around 18. And at 21, I ended up in the hospital for one reason or another. And was in bad condition. And I could have died. I haven't seen my mom in months before this, but when I woke up, she ended up being right next to me, and instead of telling me she loved me, gave me a hug, kiss on the forehead, something, all she gave me was a piece of paper and showing me the no blood card that I signed when I wasn't even able to drive yet, and asked me to not take blood if they asked me to save my life. I was so out of it, I didn't know what to do. I probably barely even realized she was there. I probably thought it was a dream, but my dumb ass signed it anyway. And now I gotta think about it. I gotta find a hospital I was in, and get that off of my record, because if I'm about to die now, I promise you I'm going to take blood. Whether it's a fraction or whatever, I'm taking it all to try to save my life and be here for my family and to live my purpose. But I don't know. I did a couple poems. I had somebody make a comment on one and asked, why don't you guys just leave them alone and get over it since you decided to leave? And I'm going to answer that question. Now, I'm not third, fourth, fifth generation. I wasn't. And at the Kingdom Hall, being third, fourth generation is like the best thing in the world. Like, you're treated like royalty if your family's been in the religion for decades upon decades. But once you leave, being third, fourth, fifth generation sucks. And I know this because I'm not, I don't have too much family that's in the Jehovah's Witnesses. I mean, I have enough, but I'm just glad that I have people that I could go to, because you do need support, some type of support, whether it's a community or family or friends, to help you get through some things, even if it's therapy. But I lose my train of thought a lot when I'm talking, and that's another thing that's something you have to deal with after you leave. Like, I know when I was growing up that I heard the same things repeatedly. I didn't think I was grasping it, but now that I'm out, I remember things that were said to, in talks, and constantly, put in our heads and being brainwashed. And I know that affected my ability to learn, all the way up to today. It's hard for me to understand things. A lot of things do have to be repeated to me, but to me it feels like I was under a hypnosis when I was there. Just don't get it. But all I can say is, if you've ever signed that no blood card and you are thinking about leaving, or you already left, please get a hold of it, or whoever has it, have them rip it up. I'm not even sure if they are allowed to use them anymore, but please don't let that happen to you, because if I did need blood that day, I wouldn't be here right now. I want to put more content out that is going to help people. As I think of things, I'll be throwing them on here. Like I told y'all before, my videos are raw. I just, when I'm feeling it, I just keep going. But anyway, back to the comments, because I just remembered what I was talking about. When they sent me that comment and asked me, why don't I just leave them alone? I'm going to continue making videos. I'm going to continue writing poetry and sharing it, because, I care about myself and I care about people. And if I can help, I can help. Now, I wanted to say to that commenter to mind their business, or a long comment to explain myself. But what I decided to do is reply back and say, have a great day. Because at the end of the day, everybody's not going to understand. But I'm going to tell you guys why I continue to do what I do. Now, imagine people telling you that your mom died, and then a week later, or even a month later, you see her walking at the store. She looks right at you and just walks past. And everybody else knew she was still alive but you. And when you found out, she didn't speak to you. That feeling is a gut-wrenching feeling that I wouldn't want anybody to go through with their parents. But basically, it's like my mom faked her death, to me anyway. And instead of running away, she stayed around the area I live in, and I have to constantly see her, without having a relationship with my own mom. Because honestly, for the past almost 10 years, when my brother passed in 2017, in her house, when I went there to see him kiss his cold forehead after he died. The last time I knew is the last time I knew where my mom lived at. And honestly, I don't care. I could care less where she lives. I've heard people say that she lives here and there, but it's none of my concern. I couldn't even tell you what kind of car she drives, so she could have been parked right next to me at one point. I wouldn't even have knew. But I just want y'all to know that I've been out over 20 years, and it is hope. You go through your ups and downs, I guess, until you die, but that's life anyway. You roll with the seasons and get through the storms. And keep it moving, because giving up isn't an option. Quitting is not in my vocabulary, and it shouldn't be in yours. But right now, my lunch break's probably over soon. But I just wanted to drop by and talk to y'all again, let y'all know what's on my mind, give you some raw content, no editing, and just wanted to share my story some more. I'll be back on, who knows when, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month. But until then, I am Breezy Sincere, the brainwashed and shunned ex-Jehovah's Witness. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.